In a few days, Israel will be put to a halt for 25 hours. There will be no work, no cars on the roads, the TV channels won't broadcast, kids will be riding their bicycles on the main roads, and adults, fasting and dressed in white, will be walking to and from their local synagogues. This is a Day of Atonement, Yom Kippur in Hebrew, the holiest day of the Jewish calendar. My name is Itai and I am a tour guide in Israel. Join me as we explore the meaning, the history and the modern observance of the holiest day of the Jewish calendar of Yom Kippur. The first time Yom Kippur is mentioned is in the Torah in the book of Leviticus chapter 23. There, God commands Moses, on the 10th day of this 7th month there shall be a day of atonement. It shall be a holy convocation unto you. And you shall afflict your souls and offer an offering made by fire unto the Lord. The phrase afflict your souls, veinitem et nafshotechem, has traditionally been understood by Jewish sages as fasting, abstaining from food, from drink, and from physical comforts. This practice already started during the time of the First Temple period, more than 2,500 years ago. Now, the Jewish tradition did not invent the concept of fasting. It existed before and during that time in Babylonia, Assyria, Egypt, India, and Greece. Fasting was practiced as a way of purification or preparation for sacred rituals. Priests in Mesopotamia and Egypt fasted before entering temples. The Greek fasted before seeking oracles. These fasts were not usually about sin or forgiveness. They were about cleansing the body and spirit to approach the divine. In those traditions, it was always an individual practice. The big difference Yom Kippur brings is its collectiveness. Yom Kippur isn't just about yourself. On this day, a person doesn't pray only for his or her own sins, but also for the sins of the entire nation. Each prayer and each confession is spoken in a plural language. We have sinned, we have transgressed. One of the most known hymns of Yom Kippur goes with the prayer, "We have sinned before you, have mercy on us." Not I, us. In the time of the Second Temple, Yom Kippur was the most sacred and dramatic day of the year in Jerusalem. The focus of the entire ritual was the temple. On this single day, the high priest would enter into the Holy of Holies, also called Dvir, the innermost chamber of the temple, the place where during the first temple the Ark of the Covenant had stood, but during the second temple it was empty since the Babylonians took the Ark when they took over Jerusalem at 586 BC. This was the only time of the year that anyone was allowed inside. The Mishnah describes the awe of the people as they saw the high priest come out alive of the Holy of Holies. It was believed that if he entered with a sin in his heart, he would die instantaneously. In a later tradition it is described that he had a rope attached to his leg so that if something happened they would be able to pull his body out. Leviticus chapter 16 describes the ritual. The high priest would first offer a sacrifice for his own sins, and then for the sins of the nation. 2 goats were chosen. One was sacrificed on the altar, and the other, called the scapegoat or seir, was symbolically loaded with all the sins of Israel. Then it was either sent away into the wilderness or thrown down from a mountain called Azazel, which in the Mishnah it is described how the poor goat would be thrown down from that mountain cliff. That mountain, by the way, is believed to be Mount Muntar in the Judean desert, even though this is only an estimation, we cannot have a solid proof of it. Jesus himself grew up in this world. As a child in the Galilee, he would have seen the people prepare for the fast, heard the prayers, and as an adult also practiced those traditions. Jesus knew the central role that the temple played in this day, and later when he gave the prediction of the destruction of the temple, you can understand why he cried for it, how deeply he was connected to that place. At its core, Yom Kippur is about atonement and reconciliation. It is a day to seek forgiveness from God for sins against him, but also to seek forgiveness from one another. The rabbis of the Talmud teach that Yom Kippur atones for sins between man and God, but not for sins between man and his neighbor until he appeases him. That is why, in the days leading to Yom Kippur, also known as the days of Slichot, or forgiveness as prayers, Jews traditionally ask forgiveness from family, friends, and neighbors. In other words, if your neighbor is upset of you because of throwing your garbage over the fence or bumping into his car, you have to go and visit him in person, maybe with a nice cake and a couple of beers. Prayer alone won't help you there. In the days of Slichot, it is also customary to wake up early and go to special prayers in synagogues, and especially at the Western Wall. During the nights before Yom Kippur, the Western Wall Plaza is filled with hundreds of thousands who arrive for the special prayers of this time. The fast itself lasts 25 hours. No food, no drink, no work, no pleasure. It is meant to focus the body and soul on repentance, prayer, and inner reflection. Some spend many hours in prayer, and some come only with their kids to hear the blowing of the shofar. That sound marks the end of the holiday and the beginning of the preparation for the next one, Sukkot, or Tabernacles, just a few days later. Yom Kippur is practiced by Jewish communities all over the world, but in Israel it feels completely different. For 25 hours, almost the entire country stops. Shops close, radio and television go silent, and perhaps the most striking, the roads are empty. There is no law in Israel that forbids driving on Yom Kippur, yet out of respect for this tradition and unique culture atmosphere of that day, almost no one does. Most of the people who drive do it because of emergencies that they have to go. So highways that are normally packed with cars becomes open spaces where children ride bicycles. The silence of the street is unlike anything else you will ever experience in a modern country. You can ride your bike in a city center and hear the crickets on the trees. It is that silent and it's beautiful. If you ever have a chance to come here and experience it for yourself, I warmly recommend it. And here is a fun fact to show you how modern Hebrew sometimes connects to ancient traditions. In Israel today, if you like to tell somebody go to hell, you would say Lech LaAzazel, which would mean go to Mount Azazel, that mountain where the goat was sent to the desert 2000 years ago. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share your thoughts below and subscribe for more stories from the Holy Land. Thank you for watching. I am Itai and have a wonderful day.
Atonement.